Welcome back to the BDTV Breakfast Show. This is Social Listening, where we break down some of the stories making the rounds on social media. My name is Elizabeth Musa, and of course, this morning I'm joined by
Onyeka Valentine.
there's something we always say,
Onyeka
Valentine, right? It didn't rain today.
You know,
Did it rain today?
I will not say anything.
It rained today. Let me help you say it. It rained today.
Okay, so it rained today, and some
Right.
people got stuck in traffic for 8 hours plus.
Well, that wasn't today.
That was it.
That was not today. So there's no need. It's not working. So it wasn't even yesterday. It was the day before yesterday. So this morning we don't know if we should pull up a smile or pull an umbrella, because I've already pulled an umbrella today. So let me still put up a smile. Anyway, let's see what's making the rounds on social media today. Nigeria has officially submitted its bid to host the 2030 Commonwealth Games. The final presentation was made in London, with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu calling on the Commonwealth to let Africa host for the very first time. He wrote on X that after 100 years, it's time to bring the centenary games to Nigeria, describing Nigeria as the gateway and Africa as the stage. I love that, actually. You know, when you hear things like when anything that seems to put Nigeria in a good light, Africa also on the map, you know, Africa on that good, you know, on that world stage. You're talking about Africa as stage, Nigeria as the gateway. What does that mean? If Africa is the stage and Nigeria is the gateway, that is, if you're getting to the stage, then you have to pass through Nigeria. That's dope.
And to even amplify that more, Africa is the stage, Nigeria is the gateway. We need to say that, look, Africa is a major target. We are the instrument. So if you want to hit that bullseye, you must consult Nigeria.
You must.
We are the big brothers of Africa. Anyways, to put more light to what you said, I mean, it's good to see that if there's one thing that unifies us the most, we know it is sports. And so it's good to see that our president can see the exigency plus the importance of the games as big as Commonwealth to want to come to Nigeria. In other words, to bid for it. Now, what this means, if I even touch the area of the business benefits, let's look at the fact that when it comes to branding, when it comes to reputation, look, I tell you, it is 100% a great idea. It's going to be capital intensive, most definitely. But I mean, if you look at all the amount of money that we waste and we've been wasting, gas flaring and other areas, I tell you, Nigeria has more than enough to host and host it well. It's the challenge now. In hosting it, I hope other sectors will not suffer. That's the thing.
It's still Vision 2030, actually.
2030 is, do you think it's very far? It's 2025. Before you shut your eyes and open again, it's 2030, 4 years from now. Now, before we begin to say if it is possible or not, I believe it is possible. But is there a motive behind it? I always like to be very objective. Now, I'm not someone who likes to come with bad news, not at all. But I like to always look at it from different angles. What is motivating this particular move? Is it just possible? Right? Again, is it just possible?
Right.
That this could be a major anchor to secure his next, in other words, running for the next tenure. What I mean to say, running for office again. I mean, let's be honest. If he says, look, the one thing that Nigeria loves the most, that binds us together, trust me, it is games, it is, sports and all that
But
stuff. So
the thing is, we are not even. This is still him. Just like he's still bidding. We don't know for sure if the Commonwealth will actually give us a chance. We don't even know if we have the infrastructure.
So let us assume that we get the chance. The fact that he has thrown, right, our own bet in it. In other words, we've shown interest. That alone, I tell you, win the hearts of Nigerians is a great political move. Anyone who had advised him to do that actually thought it out properly. Because what this means is that, one, who wouldn't want the Commonwealth Games to come to Nigeria? And so, if that is one of his let's call, quote unquote, checkers or, a card to play, he's going to win.
Okay, let's see how Nigerians are reacting to this conversation on social media very quickly. See if we have people that are also thinking the same way. Michael Akinsuyi says, I love this man's confidence. Nigeria is now taking back her position gradually as the giant of Africa. Jakaban for a reason. Okay, let's see more reactions. AJ Daniels says, hosting Africa's first Commonwealth Games in 2030 sounds historic, but are we prepared for the infrastructure, logistics, and transparency demands? We can't afford to turn a global opportunity into another national embarrassment. Let's get it right this time, Nigeria. Samala says, this is fantastic news. Kudos to President Tinubu for bringing the Commonwealth Games to Nigeria. What is this person saying? It's not a bird. Says, we're ready to showcase Africa's hospitality and sporting prowess. Okay, let's see if we have more reactions. Kendo says, how is our athletes and footballers being looked after? That's more like how our athletes being looked after. This is a government that made promises and pledges to our sportsmen and women and never kept or fulfilled it. They failed to keep our athletes, owe them money, and send more officials to represent Nigerians than the athletes. So that person is clearly calling out an anomaly and saying that if you are even asking to bid, you know how they say charity begins at home. It's really true, because you're asking to be bid for the Commonwealth Games. It sounds interesting, you know, all those, like I said, those punchy lines of Africa is the stage, Nigeria is the gateway. Some things are nice, you know, on pen and paper. They're nice orator, you know, when you're making oratory. But when we talk about the nitty gritty, you know, how athletes even being treated, because athletes are going to want, if I was one of them, I'm thinking, okay, you want to put up Commonwealth Games, I'm not even getting paid, I'm not even getting treated well. What's it like for our Eagles, our Falcons, and whatnot? Then you want to now say you want to host infrastructure in Nigeria. Look at how many it's good, because it's going to be on this, most likely going to be on the, I don't know, mainland, wherever. Look at the flood that we have to deal with. You know, so many things are actually not correct right now. So if you want to host Commonwealth Games, some basic things are not in place, and you want these people to come from all over,
so
it's going to be a national shame.
So I like the fact that we are pinpointing the challenges, but when there is a big opportunity, you see, what happens is that it gives you more reason to even work harder to be able to mitigate those challenges. To say challenges are what they are. Every country has challenges, but now there's a bigger fish to fry. Can we buy a bigger fry pan? Now there's a bigger fish to fry. Can we increase the amount of gas under the fire? Now there's a bigger fish to fry. Can we polish our utensils and polish the thing we used to enjoy the dinner? Now there's a bigger fish to fry. Can we please at least have electricity?
All right, let's move away from this. Let's move away from sports and go to politics, where our best friend, or my best friend, Natasha Akpoti Uduaghan, has returned to the Senate after a 6-month suspension. She walked back into her office declaring she owed no apology to anyone. Natasha says her suspension was unjust and even fraudulent, insisting that the battle has just begun. She thanked Nigerians who stood by her and vowed not to be silenced. My question for you, really, Valentine, is what advice would you give Natasha? Because I know you have a lot to say. Should she reconcile with her colleagues, or should she continue this battle? Because it's looking like a battle of just her and against them, but Nigerians at her back, clearly.
You know, I said this thing some weeks ago when I said, look, the day we hear that this story is coming to an end, she will not be happy. It might sound funny. She has just said the battle has just begun. Do you know the amount of publicity she got internationally by stretching that whole issue? See, let's be honest. I think she has even gained more by
traction.
By stretching
got lots
the
of
issue
traction
than even coming back to that office. Even if she had that way, she would probably say, look, let's extend it more, because traction was building. Now, that's just to say it on a lighter note. Now, what this now means, I'll come to what it means business-wise. But what now means socially is this: that, you see, when you walk on eggshells, be rest assured that everybody will have their eyes on you. If she says no apology will be given whatsoever, I don't think that's good sportsmanship. I don't think that's good politicking.
No, because she feels like she was treated unjustly and unfairly.
See, even the court of law, if you are accused wrongly, and then the judge finally, draws his conclusion and you are innocent, I tell you, the person who accused you is only wise for you to turn and tell the person, look, if in any way I had wronged you, even though I know that I didn't wrong you, I still apologize. What that does is that it sets a precedent for anyone to see you as a far more matured person. That statement of hers, for me, was very premature. I expect her to say, okay, this has turned out the way it is. If in any way or manner or form during the whole process, anyone felt, disregarded or felt angry or in any way felt as if I didn't do my job properly, on behalf of me and my family and every other person who has stood by me, as much as I thank you all for standing by me, I want to say that those other areas that were left uncatered for, especially in my state, because there was no representative for 6 months, I want to apologize to everybody, including the Senate governor and president. I apologize to you too for dragging all of us and wasting our time. But since this has come and ended, can we move on, please? That could have shown what I call a masterpiece, maturity that will make everybody want to love her more. Her response simply meant she's still ready for more fire. So she be careful. No fire comes without burning both hands. And this is the interesting part of it. Are you aware that she's in the eye of the public? Politicians and politics, right, is one and the same. Believe it or not, he who lives in glass houses should not throw stone. You live in a glass house while you're in the Senate there, which means you'll be working on eggshells. Because any part where she makes a mistake, and it is very clear, they will hold her to that. And that could be a bigger disgrace. So I think she would have thought about it, say, look, instead of you saying, I owe no one apology, right? Come out and be mature and say, look, in any way and form, you feel, maybe you feel threatened or you felt crossed, I apologize across board. Because she already won the case already. They brought her back. I apologize across board. Put your ego beside. Let the yearning of the people and the action on ground, while you are put there by your people, let it be actualized. People first, your ego second. That's my take.
All right, your take. Let's see what Nigerians' take is and see how they're reacting to this conversation. People first, ego second. I love it. X on Filter says, if you dare apologize, you would lose all credibility.
No.
Well,
100%.
I mean, that's for us to debate. And what you fought for would be in vain, and what you stand for will not hold water. Natasha Akpoti, we are standing with you.
It's easy for
We're definitely standing with her.
So
Nigerians are standing with her.
The thing about this whole thing is that when you are in public eye, right, and people are standing, they say, we stand with you. When you lose, they will stand away from you.
She's won already now.
No. The other things will happen after now. That's how life is. Don't forget, right? A good example, right, was when Obasanjo was put in prison. He's a former head of state. He was not put in prison. Some of his close allies and friends thought that this was the end of him. They removed their hands totally. But as luck might have it, he came out and became the president again. Those other fools still came back and said, oh, we're always with you, but you know what happened at some point, just allow you. He knew them. What am I trying to say is that, look, in politics, no permanent friend, no permanent enemy, only permanent interest. So when I see words like that on social media, someone saying, fire on, we are with you. They are with you now because you have won for now. Meanwhile, there's a tomorrow. So I expect whoever is going to follow anybody who's a politician should understand politics is what it is. They are only as bright and as blossom as the sun shines. The day the storm comes, then we'll know who holds the umbrella or who holds the broom.
Okay, let's see more reactions to this conversation on social media. Who holds the umbrella? Now, Newton says, Natasha Akpoti walked back into the Senate after 6 months of illegal suspension, and they still want her to apologize. Apologize for what? For refusing to be treated like a domestic staff? Apologies for standing against injustice? Her words cut deep. I can't apologize for an injustice. Well said, Newton.
Easier to say, Newton, because you're not the one.
Chris Levitt 16 says she knows her rights and was illegally suspended. She is indeed brave. I like her courage. Shame on the people that suspended her. Shame on them all.
I'm going to take a snapshot of all this, right, comments and everything and keep it and wait for tomorrow. You see, the thing about this life is that tomorrow never lies. Wait for tomorrow. When that time comes, these same people are sure you're going to tweet, we knew it.
That what?
That someone was the troublemaker, blah, blah. These same people that say this, they say that.
What are you foreseeing when you say things like
what I'm foreseeing
you knew it? Yes, what are you saying?
What I'm foreseeing is that in this game of politics, right? When you follow politicians, follow them with one eye open and one eye closed. I'm just saying, because if you shut both your eyes, you are bound to lead you astray. Politics, and it's around the world. Look at everyone who rooted for Donald Trump when he became president. And I know the same one said, they made a mistake. The same MAGA, MAGA here, MAGA, the MAGA. Now they are now MAGAing now, complaining. You see, what am I trying to say is that when there's an issue, mind the words you put on social media, because the internet is always and will always be undefeated. We will go back to these messages and say, wait a minute, isn't it that guy that said that, fire on lady, we are with you. Now, extinguished lady, we are not with you.
I hope you said you take note of the comment, right? So you take a snapshot.
I'm not wishing about it. I'm only saying that, look, when you're dealing with the public eye as a politician, don't let their words push you to do what? The unthinkable. Because at the end of the day, when it happens, you'll be left alone to dry and fry. Good example, Emefiele. How far? Okay, next one.
All right, welcome back to Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. We welcome her. I welcome her as a woman, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what she would do back in office. That's what is most important for me. Just serving the people of Kogi State, our constituency. Just looking forward to. Yes, she's gotten all of the clout. She's gotten all of the attention, not clout, the attention right now, because she stood for what she thought was important to her, stood against injustice, so to speak. Even though Valentine thinks that she should apologize, but if she decides not to apologize for what she thinks is an injustice, so be it. Welcome back to her, and I hope that you're able to really serve your people, because the people of Kogi State seem like they really have so much trust and belief in her, which is what I think is important, because if she wasn't doing something right, they will not give her all of that support and all-round support and hope that they've had in her so far. So good. So she's doing well. I'm just hoping that in the house also she gets some support. But whatever the case may be, I'm not seeing any cases. Just because of what you're saying, I'm like, okay, whatever the case may be, because I'm thinking she's back to the house. It should be back to work. If she chooses not to apologize because you stood by something that you thought unfairness, injustice, then stand by it. Because if you're taking 2 steps back, I'm going to start saying that, okay, then did you do this? Is not, I mean, this is not relationship. We're talking about corporates, right?
So what if the apology is to the public, not now
for what exactly?
Not now Senate President, to the public, by saying, look, if in any way this actually distracted us from the main reason why I was put there in the first place, in any way made those who I represent not to get their full due based on when the Senate calls for a bill and the bill is passed in their favor, I apologize to my people. I think she owes them that, because let me tell you, as much as
the people are not asking for an apology, because the people are the ones that literally are supportive of her. The people that are asking for apologies now are colleagues at Senate. So if she chooses not to apologize to them because she feels like she was treated unfairly, and this has been how many months she's been fighting a battle, and eventually she has won, so to speak, and she's back into the house. If she's not choosing, everyone, you talked about ego, they should keep their own ego aside. Let everybody focus on the work and keep it going. Really, I don't think that this is it. So you're talking about apologizing to me. I'm not looking for an apology. The people of Kogi State are not looking for an apology. It's our colleagues that are looking for an apology. If she thinks that, man, I was treated unfairly and I fought my way through and I'm back here, let everybody focus on their work.
As colleagues as they are, remember, they have other proceedings within the Senate where the majority carries the vote, and of course, the ones who will say nay will have to go and sleep at home and then nurse their wounds. You have the yay and the nay. Let me tell you, how this thing runs, politics within that Senate is a far more dirtier game than you can expect. So for her to be able to win from people's side, she must play as a politician, even if it doesn't mean that apology. And the politician, she should know these things now.
All right, no problem.
You know, just okay, but you know what? Just to increase guys your ego, apologize for wasting your time, but at least I've gotten back my seat. You have to be very smart and tactical. So that tomorrow, nobody will say, this one, we can't trust her. But you know what? We can't support her motion. Let me tell you. You cannot be a man alone in the Senate. It will frustrate you. You push a bill, anyone that support, no, that thing dies. Imagine you keep on pushing one or two, paper back and forth, and they keep on shoving you aside. At some point, you get frustrated.
Okay, let's see how.
Tell them sorry.
Well, let's see how that goes. We have to wrap up now. BDTV Breakfast Show. Yes, certainly wish Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan well, as well as her husband also, who has been very supportive in this time. Because I mean, without having a supportive backbone like that, she might have just chickened out of the battle. Sometimes it's good to fight a battle and see it through. I think we're very complacent. Oftentimes, I hear you. I'm not even arguing with you, but I think so many times we're complacent in terms of I don't even want Wala, and that's why so many things are just allowed to go. So many things are just we're seeing mediocrity at play. But I like people that are able to stand for something. If you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. But that's where we wrap it up this morning on the BDTV Breakfast Show. We started off, of course, with the newspaper review and then the headline review as well. Moving on to Business Morning with Destiny Momo. And, of course, the big story with Dr. Ayodele Oni. And then the social listening segment, which it looks like we don't even want to wrap up. Let's see if we get the Commonwealth, if we get to host. That would be nice. That would be a good one. Good.
The business opportunity will be fantastic.
Yes, that would be a good, easy feather to our heart. And also welcome to Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. Well, that's where we wrap it up this morning. My name is Elizabeth Musa.
I am Onyeka Valentine.
See you tomorrow.